This is a little build I'm working on, trying to incorporate some extra pieces I had around. Some of these sellers are nice enough to send me broken blasters that say were broken in transit, or blasters that were returned that had issues. And so because of that, I'm lucky enough to have parts. So these are some parts from a PDX, a Jinji PDX from GELBLASTERGUN.com. So check out GELBLASTERGUN.com. A lot of awesome blasters, and they ship a lot of them from the US. But of course they do ship some from China too, so just be aware of that. There's obviously going to be a longer shipping time if you're ordering from China. But the US stuff should get to you in a couple days. So the Jinji PDX is a really nice looking, cool blaster, CQB style. But the one I got sent was, a broken one that had been returned. Whether it was broken from the factory or the customer broke it, hard to say. A lot of times it is from customer misuse that these break. And so I investigated it. It was something I couldn't fix. And actually those Jinji PDX, great blasters, but they kind of have almost a proprietary type gearbox. So I couldn't just swap a gearbox in to that receiver. So instead I thought, let me see what parts I can use from this to make a cool variant on the M4a1, because I currently have some of those gearboxes that I can work with, that I can upgrade. So I'm going to put in a nice, Gen 8, probably one of those Gen 8.5 gearboxes with a, better spring and with a metal barrel. So that's what's going to go inside here. I'm waiting on some springs and barrels to get here so that I can do that. But you can see what we're going to do when it comes to the look of it, right? So this piece here is obviously from the PDX, as is this right here, your stock, right? So I was able to print a piece that allows this to just turn on exactly how it should and just fit right on there like the factory handguard does. This piece also was from the PDX, so that's a nice threaded kind of, flash height or whatever you want to call it. So just painted that because that had been black. And then this piece, obviously, I printed to give it kind of, because it's going to have a full-length barrel, just because I prefer to do that instead of dealing with porting and changing the cylinder. So that's what we got going on there. Because this is raised up a little bit and it's got this notch here, I custom printed this piece that will fit on there perfect, and then obviously get screwed down. You can see it's been scraped a little bit, and that's just because I'm going to go ahead and put this riser on there. So nice kind of low profile riser, which I like. Obviously we're going to tie the khaki back in here too. So we got the brown, the khaki, and the black. And then for the stock itself, there's a piece here you can see that I printed. And so that way, when I slide this forward, I can go ahead and just click it on there. And then the battery will go back there, of course. So that's going to be kind of my M4a1 PDX conversion, I guess is what I'll call it. So not a ton of work. I mean, some printed parts. Printed this little rail here so you can have this grip here. And then it had that M-lock rail that came with it up front, or accessory, I should say. This little hand stop. So kind of a nice place to go ahead and hold with your hand. And then you can see there too, like this is a nice high quality. It is plastic, but it's a nice one that it came with that was nice and threaded. And so all I had to do was paint that out there. So I think this will turn out really good. Like the looks of it, gives me the chance to reuse some of these cool handguards, which a lot of these you can print exactly the same. Sorry, furnace just kicked in. So anyway, comments, questions, post them below. Of course, like, subscribe, share my channel with your friends, and check back for the completion video and the FPS test.